NC, it's
Is that what we're
MNC.
Yes.
He gon' rack it up, cause get his game on, and he gon' bag it up. Y'all know what mooch on, mooch and crap, mooch and crap, mooch and crap, mooch and crap. It's that time to get ready for the MMC show. Grab your coffee or your liquor, cause we ready to roll. They talking games, custom gadgets, and you already know. Dial that number, leave them questions, and away they go. Be a pony or a bot, the truth be it don't matter. We just gamers talking games, not those drama queens matters. So let's talk about gaming, news, leaks, and reviews. This a fan show on whatever topic y'all choose. True Xbox fans, and y'all know we bleed green. Yet we got every console we can play, everything. Got that Forza, got that Halo, got that Fallout, got that Kratos, got that Zelda, got that Spidey, got that AC, got it Ike, mooch and crap. And crap, mooch and crap, mooch and crap. We just talking about games, no drama. That's how we do. MMC stays the show just for the people. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug to be a fiend to. Gaming is the #1 hobby we all keen to. Mooch and crap, bringing gaming opinions and facts. MMC is back on the map. It's the best for show, and that's that. It's MNC, it's MNC, it's mooch and crap. It's mooch and crap. MMC is back. MNC is back. It's back. It's back. And y'all already know.
Oh, we're live. Look at that.
Of course we're live.
Of course we're live. Yes, of course. What's up, everybody? It's Mooch and Crap.
Mooch, and crap.
And crap. So that's good, you know, and we're live, and we got Mooch here, we got Crap here, we got Gadang here, and hopefully, you know, everything's going good. I am looking, and yes, I hear us. Wow, this is a banner day for us, Mooch. I'm hearing us.
It really is,
Great.
buddy. No, it sounds good. It looks good. Crap, great weekend for gaming, especially if you're in the Northeast and you're not shoveling right now. So,
yeah, for
yes. Sure. Yeah, I know. But my apologies to you guys south of the Mason-Dixon line. It's freezing up here, and it's snowing like mad.
Wow, you guys got some snow, huh?
Just a little.
Well, you know what? You know that gift that you always send me where the guy's playing the little violin?
Yes.
That's what I'm doing for you right now, my friend, because we are living large here in America's Wang.
Yes, and the great state of Florida.
Yes, the great state of Florida, otherwise known as America's Wang. And, you know, it is a balmy 56. So, yeah, that's actually, we're supposed to get some kind of cold front or something like that. We're supposed to get really cold, I think, tomorrow. So I don't mind those, though. Like, you know what I do every year, okay? So I'm a big guy, so I got to buy a big coat, right? Every year I go, I'm going to get a coat this year because those few years of those few days of cold weather a year, like they kind of bug me sometimes, right? Like I get cold, you know. You're used to being down here where it's like 70 degrees, which yesterday, guess what? It was like 75 degrees during the day. So you're used to that. Now, when it drops into the 20s and stuff here, it's cold and you're freezing your ass off. So I always go, you know what? I'm going to get a coat. I'm going to buy me a coat this year. This is the year that I'm going to get me a coat, right? And then I see how expensive they are, and I'm like, really, man, it's only cold maybe 10 days a year here. Do I really need to spend hundreds of dollars on a coat? You know what I mean? So I always end up kind of, you know, kind of passing the buck and then doing the same thing. Oh, next year maybe. Well, maybe next year. So I'm just hoping that this global warming that we keep hearing about, you know, catches on, and we get less than 10 days of cold weather a year. You know what I mean? Like, let's see what happens there, man. Because I think that Al Gore is full of shit.
Yeah, something's not right there. Because I thought when we got that whole global warming thing, I was expecting like New York to be the next California. That didn't happen.
Oh yes, I mean, you know, you have beachfront property, right? Like
that's what I thought.
For, right? Like Superman. What was that? Superman 1 or 2?
I believe that was Superman 2.
Oh, okay, yeah, Superman 2. Superman 3 is the one where
that's
with
evil Superman.
Is it evil
Wasn't
Superman?
He kind of turns evil in it, and he has the whole that machine he goes in and out of. It's the third one wasn't people's favorites, I don't believe.
But it was underrated.
It was a little underrated.
Yeah, I think that it's one of those movies that probably was a little bit underrated. Now people sort of like it because they use that same plot point for what was that movie, Office Space or Office Work or whatever that was.
Yes.
Which I thought was a really cool thing. If you guys are just joining us, please hit the like button, share it out,
Yes,
get it out there on YouTube, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be a good show. Oh yeah, it had Richard Pryor. That's who was in it.
It did have Richard Pryor. Yes, that's right.
So it was really good. So
yes,
thank you guys so much for joining us. There is a ton of interesting stuff to talk about. We were, I had to dip out early on Crossfire, but there was a lot of cool stuff to talk about there. And I was kind of sad to miss out on some of that, but obviously, I'm scrolling through some of the topics now and see what's up there. Wow, that for some reason somebody bumped your old Crossfire chat.
Well, that's Xbot did that. Remember, he always sends out the promotion for next, so he'll just pick the one that he has. But you have to go down to the one that's next, and that's the one. But I mean, realistically, Crap, I got to be honest with you. We are 4 or 5 days away from Resident Evil Remake, and I haven't heard your take on this game as far as your excitement on it. You think this is something like we've had a lot of remakes this generation, but this one's different.
That was about when I kind of backed out.
You had a
right?
bounce. Yeah,
I was like, maybe I won't stick around very much on that one. But for me, here's the thing: like the remake thing, I think it's okay. I mean, I think it's a decent idea. I just don't know if it's something that that I'm personally interested in. Like, and I brought this up and people think it's nitpicking, and maybe it is, but the whole typewriter save your game thing kind of bugs me. I did download the demo, so I'm going to give that a try and see if it's something I can get into. If I get into it, hey, maybe I'll give it a try. That was one of the ones that I beat back in the day. So like, what did you think of the demo? Did you enjoy that?
I did, Crap. I got to tell you, there's a lot of games that have been remade, but when you remake a game from the ground up, I believe like they did with this one here, they're using an updated engine, the sound, the effects. The only thing that really, there's the nostalgia of the actual game itself, right? That hasn't changed. So the game, the premise, all that, but the firing mechanics have been upgraded. The visuals have been upgraded. The sound has been upgraded. I mean, when you're playing the game now you feel like you're playing an old school game in 2019. And I know that sounds very vague for you guys in the audience, but trust me, if you're on the fence and go, geez, I really used to like that, but I'm not in the mood to play an old game, this game is for you because it's going to give you that nostalgia that you're looking for, but not that 8-pixel or 16-bit
It's a hell
game.
of a drug.
It as hell is. Oh, sorry about that. Yes. A hell of a verse. I agree. So, I mean, I'm excited for it. There's, but on top of that, Crap, the other thing that's kind of got me really amped is, and I can't believe I'm saying this, it's the tale of a changed over mooch from 2 weeks ago. I am very much on the Anthem bandwagon right now, Crap. And the main reason is I think this game I think it's gorgeous. I think it's polished. I think the game, and now there's a word that came out, and tell me if I'm wrong. If I am, I apologize. Maybe it was a different game, but I thought they said there's over 40 hours of story.
In Division 2.
That's Division 2, right? I was going to say that may have been Division. But I do think that BioWare is going to have a tremendous amount of story. Now, my only concern with Anthem that still exists, and I'm not going to lie to you, is I'm concerned about the DLC. I know you're excited about it, and that's great. It really is. But I would rather they would have had a paid DLC and then put a roadmap, because we don't know. We have no idea what we're going to be getting down the road here on Anthem, except that it's free. Great.
Well, he does say in his response on Twitter that they could have paid DLC for something called a Javelin down the road or something like that.
Is that a cosmetic thing, or is that a story base?
I don't think that's story based, because he does say they don't want to fracture the story base or the player base with different stories or whatever. You know what I mean? Like have some people not have it.
Right.
So I do think that it's going to be interesting to see how that sort of plays out. But I do also think that it's an interesting looking game. It looks good, and it's BioWare, so that's a developer I trust. But then again, Bungie was a developer I trust, and that kind of didn't work out too well either, did it? I mean, at the end of the day, I think that we you like the game, but I just from my point of view, that wasn't my favorite game. Destiny. Yeah. Like at first, I'm like, hey, this is pretty cool. And then it kind of like, it's not. I was expecting it to be like a Halo MMO,
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
and then when it wasn't, you know, I was kind of disappointed or whatever.
My only thing, if you want to talk about like things I was hoping it would be, Destiny 2, which again I enjoyed. I really did. I have, I don't know, 200 hours. I don't know what it is, 175 hours. Who the hell knows? Something in that range. My point being is this: I like Destiny 2 for what Destiny 2 was, but a lot of the things that people said that couldn't, and you said it, Crap, I think on Friday, you said couldn't Destiny 2 have just been a DLC, you know, add on to Destiny 1? The question is, I think it's a yes and no. But no, because you're not going to get new people to come on board because they already feel like they're behind the 8 ball. But yes, because the content didn't change drastically enough. And I'm not talking about like the methodology for loot dropping and all that. I'm not talking about that stuff because that's a whole nother can of worms you get into. I mean, the game itself, it looked, the look and feel and everything felt a lot like Destiny 1. Whereas I think now, after playing Destiny 1 for the amount of hours I did and then playing Destiny 2 for the amount of hours that I did, I'm ready for that same, I'm going to say MMO style game, but I need something new to look at. You know what I mean? I need a new world to explore, and a different mechanic. And I'm really jumping in head first with Anthem. And, you know, shout out to Salt who says, Mooch, I'm glad you came around on that. Yeah, I mean, I'm really going to focus on Anthem as my MMO chip away. Now, the only thing is, I will say this much: if after 30 days we finish the campaign portion of it, and the looting and the loot grinding part of it is not as fun, or it doesn't have that panache to keep you coming back every day, I mean, I got to call it out on what it is. That's my only concern right now. I think the game, when you take it out, like this, here's an old reference for you guys. When you take it out of the box, the game's going to be fantastic, okay?
Yeah.
But I have a feeling, Crap, after 30 days, we may get, you know, what I like to call divisioned, you know?
Yeah, I mean, divisioned.
Yeah.
Like, look, at least props to the Division. They're actually, you know, setting up something a little bit bigger for the campaign this time, right?
Yeah.
And that really appeals to me because I think that was one of the things that I like best about the Division 1 was the actual story, and you build up your little center or whatever. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, that was fun to me. And so the fact that we haven't really had that, you know, we didn't get the DLC we were promised. That's what bugs me about that game most of all, right? Is I enjoyed it for what it was, and they wanted to just add a bunch of weird stuff and dailies or whatever. I get that. But we were promised different areas of New York.
Yes.
Right? They're like, because they cut them out. They're like, yeah, well, we cut out this area and that area and this area. But you know what? We're going to have them as DLC, which, you know, that kind of pissed me off in and of itself. But then they never even released it.
It should piss you off because that's kind of what I'm saying here. And that's what concerns me about. And now Division 2, and like I said, pardon me for reading the wrong article on top there, but it was the Division 2. It's going to have 40 hours. But realistically, guys, anyone that played the Division 1, right, and got to level 30, there was 20 to 30 hours in there somewhere as well. So them coming out saying you have 40 hours of story, I'm not exactly jumping through hoops yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Crap, let's be honest. The hardcore of the hardcore, they could very easily be done with that 40 hours in the first week. So, right? That's especially Gadang. I mean, Gadang looks at 40 hours. Are you kidding me?
What's 40 hours to you, Gadang? What game do you got 40 hours into right now?
Yeah.
Well, I beat Tales of Vesperia already, you know, definitive edition. It took me a week to beat it. Well, I ran through it real quick because I'm playing it through again, you know, so, because you get all these extra things when you play through it again, the new game plus, sort of. So, yeah, that was 50 hours I put in a week, so.
There you go.
Nice.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, Gadang, so someone says to you, hey, don't worry, Gadang, the Division 2 is going to be completely different than the Division 1. We've got 40 hours of story for you. So what is that? That guarantees you 6 days and 7 nights? What is that?
5 days. 40 hours, I can do it in 5. If I
love it. Gadang just I can name that song in 3 beats. That was awesome.
Oh. Yeah, man, Gadang, you are a wild man, dude. You got like, how do you find the time to put into these games, man?
I gave up on TV. All I do is game, and maybe I watch YouTube. That's it. Once in a while, I binge watch, like, you know.
Well, there you go,
Punisher.
folks.
That's it.
I just found out. We just cracked the code. Gadang.
We did.
Gadang is the reason Aaron Greenberg no longer advertises on TV.
Oh, Gadang, you are the everybody. Put your mail in. Send your emails to Gadang.
Gadang.
At what the hell is your email?
Gadang775@gmail.com.
Yes.
Gadang
Anybody that
plays
wants to
games?
complain, yes, please complain to Gadang. Yes, because he's the reason, folks. He's the reason. So make sure you guys go ahead.
That's the thing, Crap. So when I see 40 hours, it doesn't get me that excited.
Yeah, I mean, I totally understand that. You know, it is a you know, to me, it's still exciting because I think I beat the first one in like 15 hours, something like that. It wasn't very long. I just like it also didn't help that I had a friend who was, you know, like hide behind the car.
1,000, yeah.
Well, and then you just like you're there laying on the ground needing to be revived while he goes and takes care of everything. So that was a little bit sort of interesting to me, but hey, you know, kind of is what it is. But I look, I'm looking forward to it. I'll give just about any game a chance because I get most games anyway. So
Crap, when is the Division 2 slated to come out?
I can tell you that in approximately T minus something, and it is March 15th.
Okay. So March 15th, if we think about this, we're talking about a 2.5, 3 week at most between Anthem and Division. Both games going to be requiring, at least for the first 30 to 60 days, a good amount of your time. Look, you could say that you're going to play them both, and that's fine. Like Gadang tells me that, guess what? I'm buying. I believe it.
Yeah.
But other folks that are saying that, I'm not sure how, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure that we can really kind of put in that kind of time for two games that require that kind of build up, level up. I guess if I had to say, Crap, I'm going Anthem. No big shock to the audience, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, look, I'm going to get it just because March is usually kind of a dry month. I don't know what else is coming out that month.
I know what's coming out that month, and I know this does not spell your name all over it. I got to say shout out to Sin Vendetta, who's hooking me up. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, is coming out, I believe, March 25th, I want to say.
You know what I don't like about Sekiro?
What?
The fact that it's Sekiro. Sorry. Yeah, when they came out and said, hey, you know what? This game's going to be harder than, Bloodborne and Dark Souls and all that crap.
Yeah.
At that particular point, I'm like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, is that really something that I want to get into?
I don't know about that crap. I've been watching a lot. Game Informer has a huge behind the scenes on Sekiro this month. And I've been watching all their 5 to 10 to 15-minute videos of behind the scenes. This game, they are very clear, Crap, that they try to not make another Dark Souls, another Bloodborne. This is supposed to be its own entity. As a matter of fact, the one thing that's kind of encouraged, I believe, if I heard the one of the developers correctly, is that they've given you that grappling hook because moving around some enemies and avoiding them is part of the game. So it's not where you have to sit there and swipe and then back up and then swipe again and then back up. And then, it's that kind of gameplay may not be your bag, but this may be something for you. Crap. That's the thing. I think that this isn't necessarily out of your realm. And I don't know if the Division 2 is going to scratch that itch either for you.
Well, I like at least the Division is something I'm more familiar with. You know what I mean? Like that style or whatever. So I am kind of looking forward to getting that to play. I don't know about Resident Evil 2. Maybe I can mooch a copy. What do you guys think? Is there anybody out there want to let me mooch a copy of Resident Evil 2? Because I'd love to,
Did you just preemptively jump in front of line?
Yeah, you haven't asked to mooch it yet?
I have not.
Huh.
That's
interesting.
A preemptive mooch.
That is. I am trying to preemptively
I'm going through the handbook right now. I'm pretty sure there's some kind of violation.
Like getting a Switch game, which I've got one of those too. So
that was mooching by association, though.
That was awesome though. By the way, because I really like that game. So
it is a great game.
Yeah, that was nice to see, and really appreciate WRZ Cup. Even though he's a Browns fan,
he's in the chat.
We forgive him for being a Browns fan, and Baker Mayfield. I call him Baker Bumfield, man. Three interceptions that last game he played, but I'm sure he's going to end up being a pretty decent to mediocre Vinny Testaverde type quarterback for the Browns going forward. So that's really something to really look forward to. I'm looking forward to the Chiefs knocking out the Patriots today because I know a lot of Patriots fans, and so I know that they're gonna be complaining and things like that. So that's always going to be fun. And just overall, did you see this report that says Netflix says it's competing more with Fortnite than HBO?
I did see that
for screen time, which I thought was a little bit interesting. Just because you wouldn't really expect that to be something that was taking their time, you know what I'm saying? So apparently, they said Fortnite, they actually named it as its biggest competitor for screen time, which I thought was pretty interesting because that's a video game and one's more for like, like watching and entertainment and stuff like that. So
yeah, no, I completely agree. And everybody in the chat, please do tweet it out. Let them know that we are live. It's Sunday morning. People on the northeast side are shoveling right now. They need something to listen to while they're shoveling, and let everyone on the West Coast know to get up. The other thing is this, right? I mean, crap, let's get back to your point. I've been doing this more and more, and I can't speak for all you gamers, but I've really, really tried to enjoy Mixer and Twitch a little bit more. I like to see what's going on in the streaming world. I've always been intrigued by it. I think a lot of streamers need a little bit more personality. I think that's why you see Ninja do so. Ninja's a character, you know what I mean? He's got his hair dyed. He's got the whole dojo thing going on behind him. There's a lot happening on his set. Advertisements. He's got Red Bull. He's very vocal. He's very animated. So I watch a lot of his, I don't watch hours. I'll watch 10, 15 minutes here and there. And I'm always amazed that 52, 60, 70,000 people are watching this guy live. Even when he's taking a bathroom break, there's just a camera showing his empty chair, and there's 75,000 people waiting for him to come back. It's got more hits than the Tonight Show. So I mean, realistically, crap, do I believe that it's taken away from Netflix? I think the article, and trust me, I kind of skimmed it. I believe it says during periods of release dates for Fortnite, right? So when Fortnite has a big battle pass thing that comes out, yes, it may dip into some of the streaming that's going on Netflix. Probably not all the time.
Yeah.
But it has. But that's how big this game is, crap. That's why when people sit there and they're like, screw Fortnite, I don't think you can really say that. It's the 800-pound gorilla in the room right now, and you got to recognize it for its talents and what it does,
Well, what's funny to me is I was one of those people that remember I was like PUBG, that's the originator. Nothing will ever top that.
Yes.
And then we saw that that wasn't exactly the case, and it has been able to Fortnite is its own thing. It's like been able to do amazing.
Yes.
And it's not my bag. It's not my bag, but still very interesting to see people kind of react to it the way they do it. It's positive for the industry. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yes,
like I think that's pretty obvious that having a game like that where I have like my folks ask me, what's a Fortnite? You know what I mean? Like what is this? You know what I'm saying? Like that to me means that it's sort of hit that bit of mainstream that people rarely are able to achieve, right? Sort of like Minecraft. Like, you know how Minecraft is like able to do that as well. So I find that to be pretty incredible. And at the same time, I think that, it is a lot of fun, and I do see why people like the game. I just for me personally, it's not exactly my bag, baby.
Right. No, and I don't blame you one bit, crap. But I got to say, shout out to Punk Kiddish, who's in the chat. Awesome guy. Punk's he's been a big fan, been with us since God, I can't even remember how far back. But me and Punk could get together. We'll play a lot of Blackout, and it's funny because he's kind of got the same work schedule I do. So I'll sometimes see him on at 10 o'clock. I'm like, yo, Punk, how many games you got left? He'll go, I got two games left, maybe 3. And I'm like, same here. He's like, perfect. We'll kind of jam out. We'll play a little bit. At the same time, I got to say, realistically speaking, it's a fun, whether it's Fortnite or it's Blackout or whatever it is you like in the Battle Royale world or scheme. Those are the types of games that you could pick up the controller, put them down, and crap. We used to have that. Okay, we used to have that with TDM, Team Deathmatch, in Call of Duty. That's now turned into Battle Royale. And I will say this much: I can't believe I'm saying this. I kind of miss PUBG.
You know what? I actually kind of want to go back and try PUBG again.
Yes.
I have some friends that play it. My brother plays it and stuff like that. I've heard that it's running smoother, and they got a new map coming.
Smooth. I heard that winter map is awesome, crap.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and give it a try. Sir X-Man, thank you very much. Hey, everybody, hit that like button. See if you guys can share it out, all that kind of good stuff. I really would appreciate it. I know it's Sunday morning. We're going to get back into advertising this. It's one of those things where, sometimes we do it on a Sunday, and sometimes we've been doing it more on Sundays. And then the point is that, Mooch has baseball with the sun.
Well, that's the summertime.
Yeah, the summertime. So
we've got time now. We can kind of flip flop between Thursday and Sunday, guys. That's what Crap's saying. We haven't done a great job of advertising. So right now, well, you know what we're doing, Crap?
Yeah,
it's the Aaron Greenberg School of Advertising, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
grassroots, folks.
Yeah.
Grassroots. We're asking you guys in the chat to actually promote it right now. We didn't do it because, like I said, we don't really know. We don't have our schedule down. We're still working on certain things with Gadang. We do have some voicemails today. I still say at the end of the show, we go ahead and try a few. We're trying to get the kinks out here, folks. So bear with us. We'll do it towards the end of the show, so you guys stick around. And then we'll try to get live calls in and more voicemails in next week. Like I said, the show's moving along. It's moving forward. It's just moving slowly. But Crap, getting back to it, I really think it comes down to the fact that the reason you're seeing so much popularity with Fortnite is because this is a game that is televised. It's made people on Mixer and Twitch very, very famous. And it's also a game you can pick up and put down in a 25 to 35-minute span. There's not many games you can do that nowadays. And if you don't believe me, look at the games that are out there. Look at what we just said. Anthem, you can't turn Anthem on for 35 minutes. You might as well. You know what? If you're going to play Anthem for 35 minutes, turn it on, go do an errand, come back and just shut your console off. The same will get accomplished. You need over an hour in those types of games, Yeah. And that's the way I look at it. I think that's why you're seeing Netflix seeing these kind of spikes.
Yeah, you know what? I completely agree. You know what? I want to do something. I'm going to read off some Patreon names just because we haven't done that in a little bit. We're starting to get everything back into order with the Patreon. If you guys are interested, the link is below. Wheel of Wonder is coming back on the. Hold on, I'm going to look at the dates here. So we're January. We're going to be February. Let's see, Sunday. So Sunday the 3rd, we're going to have the Wheel of Wonder back. We're going to be doing the daily stuff, and we should have the Skype call-ins ready so we can do prizes that way too. So it's a little bit of a thing where we're slowly building up, but as you guys can see, things are looking good. We got some new art. We got Gadang doing a kick-ass job. We're also able to do voicemails. Gadang, what's the voicemail email that they can send their voicemails to you for?
The Skype account voicemail is MC Show Live. I put it in the chat, so you can check the chat.
Okay.
Everything's all capital letters, so you just type in Skype, you just search for MC Show Live. Our account should pop up there. And just leave a voicemail,
awesome,
and I'll get it set up. The thing is, if our show is on Sunday, go ahead, leave the voicemail by Friday, because I have to edit those calls on Saturday and get them ready for the show. Now,
good point.
Yeah, so if the show is on Thursday, try to get those calls in by Tuesday night so I can edit those calls on Wednesday and have them ready by Thursday. Just putting that out there.
Absolutely, for sure. And I'm going to read off everybody's name real quick, because we're also I'm going to get the ticker. I'm going to get the names for the ticker back to Gadang as well, so we can have that possibly at the beginning scroll like we used to. So Alan Savage, Alan Roberts, Andrew Paz, AP Cool J, Omega, Baron Grood, Brandon Bryce, Brandon C, I think that's WRZ Cup, actually, Casket Repair, Charles Patrick, Chris Hughes, Chris Lugo, Cool Fusion, Siberia, Cybernox, Danny Andino, David Maldonado, David Young, Dimitri Moore, Derek Davis, Dirk Griggity, Dirty J, Drunken Chewy, Elemental Pino, Fuzzy Belvedere, Gaming Forte, Gadang. Wow, Gadang's part of this too. Look at that. Not only is he producers, he pays us to produce.
He's not just the president. He's also a client.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, he is. Gus Bus, Hacky Sack, Dragon Wolf, Plague, Black. It's CV Killa, Jack Jackal, James 176, Jason Etch, Jason Schoenfield, Jazzy Noop, Xbox, John Strout, Joshua Zaire, Jay Primo, Justin B, Kareem H, Chaos Theory, Kyle Parks, Lethal Papa, Lady Foxfire, Leslie Johns, Lord Ranum, Mark Barlow. Hold on, we got some more here. Mark Boyle, Mark Devlin, Michael C, Mighty Moss 2K, Mike Andrews, Mudella, No Town Gaming, Music, Paul Alves, Pegasus, Chronic, Peter J. L, Primal Data, Ramiro Torres, Ray Barada, Robert Olson, Sebastian Hernandez, Shadow Moses 7, Simon Jones, Splinter, Stinking Corpse, Stuart D. Lou, Suicide Kings, Tempest, Thomas Warren, Tiffany Welchel, Timodos, of course, Timothy Luke, Tony Almeida, Troy Goldner, Valkyrie, Vec Boss, Vigilus. Wow, I don't care. That guy gifted me Soda Drinker Pro not too long
He
ago,
gave
by
it
the
to
way.
me too.
Did he?
He's a great guy. I talk to him all the time on Xbox Live, and he's I could hear him laughing as he sends that gift. I thought that was great.
Yes. Manco, Yobi Dren, our boy right there, man. Yobi, Yo Jeffro, Z Black Rider. And again, everything helps. We like without that, we wouldn't have been able to get the show back up and running.
Yes.
So it's really appreciative to everybody that was able to do that. We really do appreciate it. $1 and a dream, and we're getting everything really back to normal. Really do appreciate all the support. And you guys coming out here and you know, we're gonna be doing Sundays for a little bit. For a while now, and we look forward to having you guys out here. Football season's winding down.
Yep.
So it should be no excuse for having, you know, nobody coming. So you guys should all be out here watching the show. Let's see if we can't get to 100 likes because that would be pretty kick-ass.
Yes.
Mooch, one game that you're looking forward to, Days Gone.
Yes, I
looks
am.
like that's getting like a collector's item and stuff like that. Or a collector's issue. What do you think?
Well, so here's the thing, I actually looked in and saw what they were giving for the collector's edition, and I actually liked what they're giving away. My problem is this crap. I'm all digital at this point. Yeah. And I mean, whether you're a Sony fan or an Xbox fan, it's very clear. It is very clear that we are going to be able to play our PlayStation 4 games on PS5 and our Xbox One games on Xbox Scarlet. So my point being here is that I you know me, I'm not a collector. I always feel like right now I'm so far behind the 8 ball with all you guys. You guys have rooms dedicated to gaming collection and old. I mean, I have my old consoles for the most part. I have some of the old ones, but I don't have all the statues and the this and that. So, but getting to it, if this thing actually came with a collector's edition that still had a digital copy, I might be interested. That being said, crap, I'm telling you, this game's looking better and better. Now, I'm not saying it's your bag. Okay, because I don't think Zombies is really your bag, no matter what game it is or what console it comes out on. But this game's looking better and better. And if the true fact of the nature is The Last of Us 2 is coming out in 2020, I'm gonna get my zombie fill between RE2 Remake and Days Gone in April, and I'll be good for 2019, even if I don't get another zombie game until The Last of Us comes out in 2020. It looks pretty good, crap. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not going to be the same as Naughty Dog Productions, but it's going to be pretty good. I like what I'm seeing so far.
What does the collector's edition come with? Because I'm looking at it.
It's got the statuette with the main protagonist on the motorcycle. So it's got like that kind of statuette, which is very detailed. It's nice if you're a collector. I can see why you'd want it. It comes with a bunch of things that you can add into your game. Enhancements for your motorcycle, so it looks better. This, that.
Okay, I see it. That is a pretty kick-ass statue,
right?
It's got,
especially if you're a Walking Dead kind of fan like me, I'd love to have that.
Yeah, actually, that is pretty cool. See, because I was looking, I was looking. Okay, so it's got the Days Gone statue, a steel bookcase, Days Gone collector's pin, physical and digital art book, physical and digital soundtrack, Days Gone patch. And 4 decals. Pretty cool stuff. What is this, like 100 and...
I didn't see the cost. Do you have a cost there?
Yeah, on Amazon it's $139.
All right, so $139. Think about, and that does include the game.
That's not bad. Yeah, that includes the game.
Not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. I just don't want a physical copy.
Yeah,
you know? That's my only thing. You know what? I'll tell Noof. Hey, Noof, you buy the digital copy. I'll get that one, and I'll send you the steel bookcase. Okay, you can have the physical, and we'll swap. No, I reach out to Noof. I know he's a big physical collector. Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, you know, I don't think I think the game is probably gonna be fine. I don't think it's gonna be like Naughty Dog, like you said. It's not gonna be a 10 out of 10 or Horizon Zero Dawn. But I think you could see a good 7 or 8 for it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think that's gonna be fine. Just I don't know, like. It looks like it could be a fun game, but zombies, man, just I'm kind of zombied out.
Oh, well, crap! I got bad news for you because the chat's reminding me. Not only do you have Resident Evil 2, Days Gone, Dying Light 2, I believe, is also coming out possibly in 2019, and then there's also going to be there's another one that someone just had mentioned too. There's another collector's edition that I wanted to get to, but anyways, there's more zombie games. Oh, World War Z might even be coming out, which looks great. Shout out to Predator H2O. Who sent me some more footage. I did see some of it, but he had some leaked footage on World War Z, and it looks like fun. It actually looks like Days Gone, believe it or not, because they're doing the zombie horde element of the game that other games don't do. Where the other, you know how you said you don't like The Last of Us crap because throw a bottle, sneak up behind somebody, stealth kill them, pick up another bottle.
So I just pre-ordered this collector's edition, I mean, I can always cancel it if I want to,
right?
Because Amazon doesn't charge you till they ship.
Right.
But that is a pretty kick-ass statue. So there, I have it pre-ordered. I know a lot of people give me a lot of shit. They're like, "Oh, Crapgamer hates Sony." To be honest with you, I've completely, I usually buy. They do amazing collector's stuff, right?
Yes, they do.
Like, I wish that Microsoft would have look, where's the Crackdown 3 collector set?
I don't know.
Right? I can't be the only one that wants to see that.
You're not
right?
the only one.
Where's my Terry Crews at? Right?
I know.
Where's my Terry Crews Crackdown set? You know,
I don't know.
Damn. Shouldn't he have some kind of figurine or something? Doesn't that scream like figurine?
People would
or something?
buy that like without a doubt. They would.
Yeah.
There's Crackdown fans out there. That game has got enough. Listen, Crackdown 3 has become a bit of a joke. I think it'll fix itself. I think this game's going to be something pretty good. It's not my bag. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not falling in love with Crack. I'll tell you right now. I'll come out and be honest with you. If the game is good and polished, I'll tell you the game's fun. #fun. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be in my top 5 for 2019. But I mean, the thing about Crackdown 3 is I don't know what's going on with Microsoft. There's, no advertising, no collector's editions, no custom consoles. And you guys know, I'm speaking for you guys. I'm not a big custom console fan guy.
Yeah.
I get them if they're on a good deal and I can get the game with it. Sure. But realistically, it's not my bag. My thing is this. Microsoft seems to have completely put their hands in the air and they don't do it anymore. Why they don't do it anymore? Your guess is as good as mine. You can see they sell because Sony's doing them for all of them. And let me tell you this much, Crap, because I want to give the mic back to you because I really do want to hear your input. I mean, you just did pre-order it, so that does say something.
Yeah.
But listen, don't you feel a little bit better about a game like Days Gone when you had questions earlier and now you see that they have you would not make a collector's edition like that if the game was going to suck.
Well, hold on. I will. I'll agree with you, but let me tell you where you're wrong. They came out with the Order 1886 collector's edition like that with a little statue and stuff.
Did they? Okay,
yes,
so you got me.
I have it.
You got me on one, but I mean, there's not many.
Yeah, you know what? Usually, if you're going to invest in that, you have a pretty good idea that's going to be a good game. Hey, what's up, everybody? We're almost at 100 likes. Let's see if we can surpass that. We're closing in. Hopefully, we can get over 300 watchers. I'd be very appreciative of that.
Yes.
I know Sunday mornings is hard, especially for like some of the West Coast and stuff. Those lazy asses are still in bed.
Yes. Wake up.
But hopefully you guys can. Yeah, wake your asses up. Let's go.
We should have a Crap Collector's Edition Crap. I don't want to get back to it, but we could have me as an alarm clock.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I think that would be awesome.
Right? Ahead,
so I've watched this new trailer for this game, and I think it looks much better.
Yes.
I just would say I hope that it runs better. Like, I have a Pro, so hopefully it's really optimized because I've heard that it really struggles mightily with the frame rate on some points. So you have to wonder if that's something that it's gonna like really affect it later on down the road. You know what I mean? So hopefully not. Hopefully it will continue to do well for them because I don't want to see the games do bad. I know, again, Mooch, how many people are like, Mooch and Crap hate PlayStation games despite the fact that me and you own a bunch of PlayStation games?
The whole thing, the 2013 era, that was really, really something between the console wars. It's kind of over now, right? Microsoft came out and they said, we're not talking about sales anymore. I understand Sony still reports, but Microsoft's out of it. So yes, Sony's won this generation hands down. There's not even a but or an if. Okay. The other part of that is that, like, you're right. And I'll be honest with you, I've been on my PlayStation, believe it or not, the past 2 months, a little bit more than I've been on the Xbox. And that's not for any other reason than I'm trying to attack some of my backlog. I'm trying to play through Bloodborne. I actually came very close to buying Ace Combat 7 Crap on PlayStation 4 because it has the VR segment. It has an exclusive VR mode. And I thought flying around would be pretty cool. But a buddy of mine picked it up, so I'm probably just going to borrow his because I'm not an Ace Combat guy. You guys know that. That's not my bag. But realistically, I could see it being pretty cool to try out in PSVR. I've been on PlayStation for a good chunk of the past 2 months or so.
Plus, you did so much of the Spider-Man stuff, which I thought was pretty impressive. You know what I mean? And I kind of got bored with that a little bit.
I don't blame you there. Yeah. It's and I just got done. I'm probably halfway through now. I'm halfway through the second DLC. Listen, I enjoy it. I'll probably play a little bit more of it today. Yeah, I've got I want to say I at least have about 55, 60 hours in the Spider-Man. I mean, I look, I played all the games. I'm playing Switch. I'm playing Switch.
Yeah, like Smash Brothers is cool stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm even enjoying the old games we get for Nintendo Online crap.
Yeah, like again, that's a huge selling point. Remember, you were like, I don't know.
Yep.
And then you see them like they keep adding like really, really good ones.
And the SNES games are coming soon from the leaks.
Yeah, so I mean, I think that'll be pretty freaking fantastic. What's up, everybody in the chat? Sorry if I'm not watching. I'm kind of like always scanning through stuff and things like that. So yeah, if you're just joining, I did pre-order just now the Days Gone Collector's Edition. People can stop dude. You know what's funny that Hellhammer never lets me forget, because in my office where I'm broadcasting from, I have this like L-shaped desk, and on top is this like shelf, and I have like my collector's edition stuff up there. And I don't have a single Xbox collector. I mean, I have the Doom statue. You know, it came with that one statue that lights up.
Yes.
Right? Like, I had that, and that was for the Xbox, but obviously that's not an exclusive. But then when I look, you know, I got 2 Kratos ones, one from God of War Ascension, and that new kick-ass one from the new God of War. I got the Order one. I've got Mortal Kombat one. I've got the Killzone Collector's Edition from, I think, Killzone 2 or 3. Like, all my Collector's Edition, for the most part, are the Sony ones, because they've been doing it so much better than Microsoft lately.
Yes, they are.
I think the last, like, really great one that Microsoft did might have been Gears 4, which I got that one when it went down to $50, remember? And it didn't come with the game, and I had to call them up. And because Foxy had the same problem where they didn't send the game with us, so it's kind of funny that they weren't able to do that. But yeah, I like the collector's editions and stuff, man. I'm one of those weirdos, and I don't have any problem with that. I buy digital now, so I actually have more room for stuff in the long run. And I also, Mooch, I pack up a lot of my game systems, right? Like the ones that I don't use ever. Right? Like I pack them things up, man. If I'm not going to use them, why have it out? You know what I'm saying? So
well, why have it out? And I mean, you've got duplicates too, crap, to be honest with you. I mean, you might as well. I've been saying this, you know, if you've got a situation, okay, like you said, you still have the Wii U at home. That literally, I mean, you could use the Wii U pad, and you can serve someone a drink when they come over on it. You know, I mean, it's not going to do anything for you, and no one's going to say, "Oh, wow, you still have the Wii U pad?" Like 10 years from now, no one's going to say that. You should have traded it in and got like basically a Switch for free.
Yeah, well, you know what? I probably should have. It's in a box right now.
It certainly is. I mean, I don't know. What's myself personally, I think when you get the advantage to get that kind of money back from GameStop or whoever you do your trade-in deals with, you should take advantage of those. I can kind of understand if you'd want to keep one for Memento, I guess. I mean, that's not me. I do have a 360. I do still have a 360.
I have a few. Yeah.
I have one. I just have one, and I do have an OG Xbox. But my PlayStations, I returned them all. You know, PS2, I got traded that in, got PS3. PS3, trade that in, got a PS4.
I still have a PS3 as well, because the reason why, and I know it's silly or whatever, but they didn't have backwards compatibility. But I have over 100 PS3 games. You know what I mean? So why
isn't it a fine line, crap? Let's talk about that for 2 seconds. And a lot of folks in the chat, you guys are all of you are nodding your head up and down, being like, yeah, you know what? I got a PS3 too. The thing about it is this. It seems like we're in the era of what have you done for me lately in gaming, right?
Yeah.
So if you're in that era, here we are. We talk about it every day. When we say backlog of games, nobody's talking about their backlog from PS3 era. Everybody's talking about their backlog from what? 2015, 2014, maybe 2017.
Yeah.
So my point being is you say that and you have those games, and they are what they are. But literally at this point, those are just behind solid glass in a museum. You're never, and I'm going to go ahead and say this because everyone's like, Mooch, don't ever say that. You don't know. I do know. You're not plugging in that PS3 4 years from now and getting down on a game that you've had for PlayStation that you didn't get to. You're not. You're going to be so far behind the 8 ball on the Xbox One and PS4 games you just bought over the past decade. You're not going to go 2 decades back. So if you want to keep it for Memento and you have a museum for in your house for video games, I think that's great. That's great for you. But at this point moving forward, I would say to you, get rid of the hardware when you get the best trade-in. If they're going to give you $200 or $250 for a PS4 Pro or an Xbox One X, and the new consoles are $500, and now you're walking out with a new console and all your games come with you for $250, you're crazy not to do that and go into the next 4 years for that price.
Yeah.
You know?
I hear you, man. You're definitely
not. There's a test next Friday.
Yes, Moochonomics are great. Do we still got Noof in here? Because one day we got to have him explain. There he is. Noof Nukem!
Boom, boom.
He's like, hey, what a shock. Noof Nukem says, only old console I have is my Dreamcast because he sold them all and then bought them again.
Sold them all, then bought them over again.
And then he sold them again, and he hasn't bought them all back yet, Noof Nukem. I love that guy, though. He's funny as hell,
Noof's
man.
great.
I actually missed podcasting with him. Like, he used to be on Xbox Nation. I used to do a lot of different shows.
I got news for you. You're right, Crap. I was on, shout out to Salty. I was on the Saltiest Gaming podcast, and Noof's on there now, and I got news for you. It was fun. It was a lot of fun to get back on the mic with Noof. He's just a comic. He knows what he's talking about, and he has opinions, but he does them, but he states them in a comedic way, which is great.
Yes. Oh, 100%, man. I think it's fantastic, man. I think he's a good guy. I see Def Jam Bam out there too, man, which is
what's Def Jam Bam doing up right now?
I don't know. Isn't he like shouldn't he be sleeping?
He's usually asleep.
Yeah. I mean, come on, Def Jam Bam. What's up?
I got Def Jam's great to game with too. Def Jam Bam and I and nephew, we were playing some Blackout. It was awesome. So Def Jam Bam, if I could get a mooch of Division 2, maybe I'll see you out in the new Washington D.C. basement they've got scheduled for a second DLC. I'm not sure. Let's see how that goes. But yeah, I don't know. Some great folks out in the chat here. We got great support. Can't thank everybody enough for being here. It truly means a lot. Absolutely.
You guys are all great. Without you guys, there would be no show. Again, if you guys do want to support us on Patreon, really do appreciate it.
$1 and a drink.
Dude, this Seth guy, right? He's like, so Mooch just said no one wants to play old games. You guys got to understand something, right? That doesn't mean like maybe for him he does.
That's a me thing, Seth.
Yeah, he's not insinuating that nobody ever, like for him, like mostly just him, like he doesn't play, and I can attest to that. Mooch is not like one of those dudes that plays a lot of old games.
Nope.
So,
well, I have a reason though, but let me explain myself. And Seth, let me explain to you why this is a me problem. Okay, it's not a you problem or an everybody problem. It's a me problem. I've said this since day one, Seth. You've been following along long enough. I say it all the time when back compact games come out. What's the first thing I tweet out all the time? I'm like, I can't wait to see those YouTube celebrity thumbs where everybody pulls out the case that they had from 15 years ago. They're like, look, I'm going to play this later. You're going to play for like 15 minutes, but that's a me problem. I've been gaming for such a long time. Okay.
Yeah.
We've gone from the 8-bit era, right, to the 16-bit era, to the 32-bit era, right? And you're going up and up and up and up and up and up to where we are today. I like to see what's coming up, what the future holds. And yes, that doesn't mean I won't go back and play a game that came out this generation or maybe the very tail end of last generation. But I've never said that I've been a big fan of back compat myself. I think it's a great option.
Yeah.
And it's not spinning it, Seth. It's just, it is what it is. Seth, if you bought a game in 2011, do you think you should have the right? Do you think you should have the right to play that game now if you want to on your current system? The answer is yes. Yes, you bought that.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, if you have one of those old digital picture frames that were really cool 12 years ago and not so cool right now, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be able to plug it in and use it if you wanted to at a party or a family gathering.
Yeah.
So my point being is that I like that they give that option, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to come home and put the last 5 years backlog to the side so I can play a game from 2009. That's a me issue.
Well, the thing is, and I don't look, Seth watches, I don't know, like he doesn't get personal as far as I've seen. Like if he did, I'd probably block him. But, he tried to go tell me that I was all hyping Super Lucky's Tale like it was a AAA and was trying to prove it. I was like, dude, if you prove it, I'll get you a gift card for, whatever platform you want. Right. And he tried to, but it wasn't. It was like I was talking about it as not being a bad game, not something that was like amazing or better than, like a AAA game. Like I don't, it's just so funny to see people like, oh, I got him or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that we'll sit there and look through hours and hours of footage to see what you say or what you might say off the cuff or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that to me has always kind of blown my mind because it's like, do you guys not watch like First Take with Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless, right, Mooch?
Oh yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like how boring would shows like this be, Mooch, if we, if we were the type that never said anything bold or made a bold prediction. Remember, look, I've said bold predictions too that came out wrong. Just like
Right.
you, like one that springs to mind for you is that Rise of the Tomb Raider would be the 360 version on the PS4, right?
Right.
Like,
Well, you gotta
yes,
have a fun talk show. I mean, listen,
exactly.
You're here to talk. It's fun. You know what I do? I'd still throw Seth a $10 gift card. He can grab himself a Soda Drinker Pro on the show.
Oh,
He's
yes,
always here.
yes,
You know, go Seth. I like having Seth here, to be honest with you. He's
for sure, man.
He's the other side of the coin, and he just kind of keeps things going, because he looks at gaming in a different light. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Shout out to Lethal Papa. Lethal had a pretty good quote. He says, "I'm from the 8-bit era as well, but with all the games there were to play, it was hard to pay for or play them at all back then. I love playing old games. Best thing ever. Played games I never would have before. He's playing games he never would have before." Lethal, I'm right there with you. Okay, I get it. But my thing is, and I do see Lethal. He's speaking the truth.
Yeah.
He plays older games. He posts pictures. He's got clips. If you don't follow him, check him out. He's a man of his word. My thing is this. There's so many games that keep coming out. We are no longer at let's wait for October, November, December. There's games coming out in January, February, March, April. We just said it. We just went through the whole lineup. Where am I supposed to fit in a 360 game that I didn't get to? Like Darksiders 1. I got to get back to that. Imagine next week I'm like, guys, no, we're not talking about Anthem. No. Resident Evil 2 remake. Get it out of here. I don't want to talk about Division 2. Not right now.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Darksiders 1. I didn't get to it yet. You'd be like, what? What's wrong with this guy? Like, that's
didn't
what
get
I'm
to
saying.
it. What? Higher taxes.
Get to it.
What? We
So
gotta have some place to put our insane.
You love it when I say what, right?
I know.
It's always back to this.
Because it always
Sunny in
reminds me,
Philadelphia.
somebody that and if there's fans of that show, that's like one of the most hilarious things ever is when they do that little bit about they had to close down the insane asylums.
Yes.
And she's like, well, I guess we'll have to close more down. And he's like, what? We need someplace to put our crazy people. And she's like, well, we can raise taxes. What? I can't pay any more taxes. I'm taxed out. I pay so many taxes. And it ended up with he was okay with raising taxes to give the Philadelphia Eagles a better workout facility, but not for more insane people or whatever to stay at. So that's really cool. And I love that show though. I'm an entertainment connoisseur.
Yes.
Which by the way, guys, hit that like button. Look, over 300 mooch. It's all even and out. Yeah, they start to wake up around noon. Have you noticed that?
I did notice that.
Let me get some coffee. Let me do this. Let me do that.
Roll in the mooch of crap around noon. See what the hell's going on.
Exactly. I love it though, man. I think it's funny as hell. So
shout out to Punk. Also, what he says is Mooch talking about old games is usually cooler than actually playing very old games. Punk, I completely agree with you. I try to put an entertainment spin on it. It is what it is. Like I say, older games are great. They really are, and they deserve our respect. And I won't ever talk down to them. I'm just saying when we're sitting here on a weekly basis, I personally don't get overhyped about older games because I felt like, sometimes when someone will say to you crap, they'll say, you know what, been there, done that, or that time is past now.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like, and it's not, listen, this is a me problem, but look at where we went right now with gaming, right? Last generation, we had all kinds of things that came up, like that showed you where your friends were playing and what was going on in the 360 on Xbox Live. Now you've got snapshots, video recording, people editing videos, putting it on YouTube. It's all in the now. It's all in. Let me ask anybody this: even if you love looking at the not just the leaderboards, but the community section on Xbox Live, you only scroll so far down, and then you're like, all right, I'm done. After you get to 5 hours, you're like, I'm not going to go to 13 hours and see what someone was playing yesterday on the community feed. My point being is we are living in the now crap. And that's
I agree 100%, man. I agree 100%.
It's just the way it went.
That is, and that's the way it should be, in my opinion. You know what I mean? What is, just because you do something a certain way doesn't mean everybody does.
Correct.
I still like some of the backwards compatibility stuff, right? But I get why some people don't.
I like that I can bring them with me because I own them.
Yeah, I mean, I agree 100%. Like for me, I know you're not a wrestling fan. Everybody knows me, knows I'm a big wrestling fan. So Samoa Joe, who's one of my favorite wrestlers, he was tweeting out. He's in the he was actually at an airport, and he tweets out that he's playing his Xbox. So he has, and Yobi Dren has this too for his X. It's this little thing that you set your Xbox in, and it's got a screen. That's Play Anywhere to me.
Yeah.
That's Play Anywhere to me. That's what I'm talking about. That to me, that's just as small as you know what I mean? But it's better because it's your freaking console. Right. So you know what I mean? Like that to me is Play Anywhere. Like I was like, hell yeah. I absolutely love seeing that. I thought it was cool. Sir X-Man says Ace Combat is amazing. What's the deal with this Ace Combat? What's the deal with Ace Combat?
Deal with that? I think that, Crap, here's the thing. I don't know if I may be dating you here. I bet you don't even, I don't know if this is in your wheelhouse, but we used to play Top Gun back in the day.
Top Gun was amazing. it took forever to land that damn plane.
I know you passed your time zone.
No, dude. I used to play Top Gun all the time. I could
love Top Gun.
I could get to like the third part or something like that. Yeah. It was difficult as hell.
And now you have a game like Ace Combat where I don't know if there's the landing on the carriers like there was in that game. But if you like that kind of game where you're in the air and I'm going to say you're in an F-16. I don't know what you're actually in. And you're doing like loop-de-loops and you're flying by, you're buzzing by the station and you got enemies on your 6 and this and that, all that. Like, I've watched some great video of it, and it looks like it's a lot of fun. So shout out to Sir X-Man. I know if you bought Ace Combat 7, if you pre-ordered Ace Combat 7 on the Xbox, you got Ace Combat 6 for free, back compat. If you bought Ace Combat 7 on the PlayStation, you get the PSVR exclusive missions, and then you get Ace Combat 5.
Oh,
which I think is a PS2 game.
I actually want to try. You know what? Now, don't hate me on this. I would actually, if I were to be into Ace Combat, I'd get it on the PS4 because of VR.
Well, that was my whole shtick. What I was saying to you when we started the game or started the podcast. I was going to buy it for PS4 because I might as well get the PSVR missions that come with it.
Yeah,
for no extra cost.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and not only that, it runs best supposedly on the PS4 Pro.
So better than I saw that Digital Foundry said something about that.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? That's not a knock. Whenever I see that, that's not a knock on the X, in my opinion. That's a knock on the developers to me. I mean, there's no way that that game should run better on the Pro than the X. So, as far as I'm concerned, what a bunch of hogwash,
I agree.
And you don't know that word. It's hogwash.
Hogwash.
Hogwash. Yeah, that's. I think
you threw an R in there.
Yes, that's how you say it.
There's an R in there.
Well, how we say it here, yeah, hogwash.
So I leave the R out.
Yeah, well, I think it might be a Southern thing. Yeah, might be a little bit of a Southern thing. I don't know, but for me, yeah, definitely hogwash. And hey, I do want to.
Go ahead. Go.
I was going to mention that we have some interesting stuff going on in the news and things like that, but none maybe more interesting than this new. And get your fingers ready, Mooch, for a new Mortal Kombat.
Yes. How exciting is this, dude? How exciting!
It looks really good. It looks really good. I think they took it in a different direction.
I want to dedicate time to this one because here's the thing. Same thing like with Ultimate Smash Bros. Right? There's so many characters. You've really got to sit down and you've got to pick. This is me. So anyone that's like casual to Mortal Kombat or is coming back to the franchise like me after leaving it for like well over a decade. I'm going to go ahead and pick, again, I'm being random here, but you pick like a Scorpion or a Raiden or whoever you really kind of dig. And you've got to focus in on their fatalities and this and that and get really good so you can get into some of the competitive play. I've seen a bunch of people, UK Dazarus, Stinking Corpse, a bunch of guys were saying they were going to bring back some tournaments, possibly Def Jam Bam. I think also possibly even Sir X-Man. A bunch of people were saying that. So I'm excited to get back into Mortal Kombat. And I like what you were saying, Crap. They did get back to their roots. They've gotten back to the gore and the nitty-gritty and the animations. The animations are absolutely amazing. Like when you see that skull and brain pop out when that one fatality is going on, you see the misery on the face that's popping off of the character. Amazing stuff. Absolutely amazing.
That is amazing. Hey, you know what? My special lady's watching. What's up, baby? How's it going?
That's great.
What's up? Yeah. You know what it's all about. Yeah. What's up?
There you go, folks. Live on the air. It's turned into the Bubba the Love Sponge. It really has.
When are you gonna kick it out wide for me, baby? Tell me something. Yeah, how big's my? No, I'm just kidding. Well, anyway. Oh, sorry.
It's Sunday morning.
It is. It's Sunday morning.
It's Sunday.
No, she just texted me, so that's good.
Back
it's
to
not
game.
Sorry. Yeah, gaming. Like, what do we got? What do we got going on, Mooch? Come on.
Well, I got something for you right here. The Ubisoft CEO came out and made a very bold comment, and we were talking about this on Crossfire. I think you had to leave already by then, Crap. What we kind of got into was he's not saying console gaming's dead. He didn't say that. He said, and I'm paraphrasing, he said basically after this next generation, meaning after the Anaconda and PS5, okay? After that, console gaming will change the way that we currently know it. And I got to agree with the guy to a certain extent, Crap, because now you're fast forwarding. When that generation's over, you're going to be flirting with somewhere around 2026. You know what I mean? At that point in time, I've got to say that I think that there's always going to be a console. There's always going to be a powerful console. There's always also going to be very powerful PCs being built. So hardware is not going away. But I think what he meant more along the lines of, how do I put it? You know, with the streaming that's going to be going on and the Google and the Amazons and all these other companies that are getting into streaming gaming and maybe Apple, who knows, and Verizon, we will be looking at gaming differently with more options. So I think he was trying to say was this may be the last generation where consoles are that dominant talk because there's going to be even more areas for you to game on. Do you see where I don't think he's necessarily wrong. And he's the CEO. You know what I mean? It's not like he's a bum at Ubisoft.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. I mean, what do you think it means long run, though?
Oh, I don't think – listen, the way you game today – yeah, I think you'll still be gaming that same way in 2026 with some slight upgrades. But what I'm saying to you is that I think he's onto something that you will have, and I don't mean your phone, but you'll be able to do it on your phone. But I don't mean the hardcore will still stay traditional. But I think more of the casuals that come in and buy the cheap consoles 2-3 years into the generation, I think they'll find other means of playing the games. Does that hold water?
Yeah, it holds water. I think that's actually probably pretty smart, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And I could see that as being a way to grow gaming as a whole, because I think, like I've said multiple times, if you have, if you actually have a situation where you can have, what is there, like 250 million people that buy consoles every generation, something like that, right?
Yeah.
Just roundabout there. So if you can actually have a situation where you can grow that beyond it, then I say why not go for it? Because you can maybe turn those people into console gamers as well. So
that's true.
Yeah,
but you can turn them into console gamers, Crap, once the price drops.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that happen as well, because there's that casual price point. I think it's $199.
Yes.
Right. So
that's the sweet spot.
Yeah, that's the sweet spot as well. Hey, everybody, hit that like button, man. They're going in on me on the whole special lady thing, aren't they? Jesus.
Oh, absolutely.
Man, you guys are cruel, man. If I wasn't getting laid last night, I would be pissed. But Jesus. Anyway, so yeah, like for me personally, the streaming and the phone stuff, I get it, because the phones and stuff have become a part of everybody's lives, right?
Right.
Everybody uses these things. Everybody has a phone at their damn hip, no matter where you go. You go to a restaurant. I was at a restaurant. People are on their phones, right? Yep. You go to the movies. People don't even watch a movie anymore, right? What do they do? They're on their phone.
They really are. I mean, they're on their phones. People are on their phones halfway through a conversation.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, phones have taken over. Now, they haven't taken over for the hardcore, right? But they have taken over for the casuals and for a certain market, right?
Right.
So I do think that that's something that's incredibly interesting, and I also think that's going to help grow the market, and I don't think that it's going to hurt the consoles, right? I don't think it's going to hurt the consoles at all. I think consoles are going to be fine. Are you planning to stream or anything like that? Are you going to test that stuff out?
What do you mean? I'll stream on what now?
Like, are you gonna are you gonna stream on like a phone or a tablet or something like that, or the stream box?
No, I mean that's not my bag. I mean, to be honest with you, I like that they're giving us more options. This is a generation of options, folks. Okay,
it is.
I saw
Except
this
for the
on
option to turn off crossplay.
Right, that you can't do. No, there's certain things you're forced.
Yeah, you are.
But nonetheless, I think that, listen, what do I always say? Generation of options. There's people right now that are like, they're freezing in their homes. They're still sleeping with the fan on next to them. It is what it is. It's the generation of options, crap.
I do that.
I'm pretty sure you do. Right?
Dude,
I saw it on the internet today.
Yes.
Somebody was like, I'm freezing right now, but I still have my fan on. I'm like, what's wrong with this generation? What are we doing?
Well, it's like
you're in Florida, so you're not cold.
It's sort of the noise. But no, even when it's like 20 degrees out, man, or 25 degrees out, I'll have a fan on. Like something about the noise or something like that. It really keeps you kind of going or whatever. So,
right.
For me, I'm that guy.
Yes.
And, I don't even make any apologies about it, man. I like that. So, I think that I'm not going to be able to do the streaming thing. How I can barely upload a video in under an hour. For me to do a 4-minute, I do, what I like to do is a video that's 1080p 60 frames per second.
Yeah.
But I can only usually get one of those uploaded in a day, right? And I've cut back my content now anyway lately, but basically for me to upload that 4-minute video that's 1080p 60 on my connection, which by the way I have the best internet that you can get here,
right?
It takes me about an hour and a half, something like that.
Yeah.
So you can imagine. And by the way, when that's uploaded, you can't do anything else.
Let me ask you this question, Crap, because you've seen people stream. If you were to stream, let's say your internet was just unbelievably fast.
Yeah.
Do you think and the audience has to listen to this too, because I'm interested. Maybe you guys can call in with voicemails for next week and give your opinion on this, folks. My whole thing with streaming is people say all the time they want to be entertained, which I think you should be. I think they should. I think the audience should be entertained. But a lot of times when you're watching streamers, they're concentrating on the game, which is also that's what they have to do. They've got to concentrate on playing the game. So they're not being as vocal because they're playing the game. Yeah. So do you want to tune in to watch the game and the game player play the game so well? Or are you tuning in to watch the game player be more witty or funny or sarcastic? Or
have you found any of these that are witty or sarcastic? I've yet to really find. No. They wear crazy hats and have beards and
they wear goggles, like swimming goggles inside. I don't know.
I don't. That's not entertaining to me. Some of them get up and jump up and down, and I don't know. Misogyny.
Yeah, misogyny. As long as they actually say something, I actually wouldn't mind. But I don't know. That's my whole thing. I think that I also think streaming is relatively new, right? There's a lot of people out there that have a lot of followers, but I think the market is so wide open. So I remember when we were streaming, right? Me and you were doing some streaming on PlayStation and some on Xbox. And shout out to She-Wolf. She-Wolf came on. She's like, Mooch, you're so much more quiet when you're streaming. I'm like, and I told her this during the stream. I'm like, I'm playing the game.
Yeah.
I'm playing the game. It's hard to play the game and do something and accomplish a mission.
You always remind me of that sports thing where he's like, we play to win the game.
We play to win the game.
Yeah. That's what that reminds me of. We play to win the game. Sports.
Sports. Yes. Everything comes back to sports.
It does. We play to win the game.
But it's
Playoffs. Don't talk to me about playoffs. I just want to win another game. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Exactly. So what do you think about all these leaks with the next PlayStation? Like this year is going to be
crazy. I saw that
and stuff. Like PlayStation, Xbox, all that kind of stuff. What do you think about this? Obviously with Zen, but we've heard from the developers and stuff like that, sort of like the Dawn. And now there's other developers kind of saying, we might not get 4K 60 on everything. Some developers might choose just to go balls to the walls with graphics.
Right.
And because a lot of developers don't care about 30 versus 60 on a console.
Right. I don't know. I think we're going to hear a lot of rumors in the upcoming 12 months. I'm going to taper back and not go as into rumors as we did when we were going from 2012 into 2013. They're like, the Xbox One's going to float. You're like, oh, wow, that's amazing. I didn't know it's more space for you on your desk. It'll float. I'm like, all right.
It floats.
It floats.
It floats. It all floats.
So, I mean, I'm going to take everything with a grain of salt this time. But, I mean, there is that one thing that's out there. And shout out to Brad Sams, who's an awesome dude. He usually only reports the news that he knows and that he has firsthand. But there's something out there that was saying, that the PlayStation will have, new Zen technology and all that good stuff. The Xbox will as well. But they're saying maybe the Xbox will be a little bit more powerful. I don't know. My thing is this. I think the consoles are going to be pretty neck and neck, crap. I think it's going to come down to it's going to be price.
Jay Money says we're hating on streamers because we can't do it. I tell you this. When me and Mooch do stream, we're way more entertaining than these streamers. You know what I mean? Like,
I like to stream. I do. I just said to everybody, Jay must be just getting here. I watch a lot of the streamers now. Actually, I think it's kind of fun. I'm trying to find some that are more on the entertaining side, but it is difficult to be entertaining and competitive. They're being competitive. They want to win.
Yeah, so they play to win. Oh wait,
they're playing to win the game.
Yes, so, exactly.
But like I said, there has to be a fine line there. So I've always found that kind of hard when it comes down to it. So yeah, nonetheless, I would like to stream. Actually, it's funny. I've been wanting to stream more and more. But again, do I stream to be more entertaining and talk to the audience, or is it the audience just shuffles in and you watch Mooch play, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice? Like, I mean, is that what it is? That you're just going to tune in and watch me play the game? Or do you want to tune in and actually have some commentating? Because you really can't. You could do both, but then it's like going to a diner for a fine steak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They got everything in the diner, but nothing's really great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're sort of like Microsoft, right? Right. Jack of all trades, master of none.
Correct.
So there's also like the rumor that the Anaconda's 12. What is that? 12 T-flops and the PS5 is 8.
Yeah.
So I mean,
what do you think about that?
I think, how the hell would Sony only do a couple more T-flops than the X?
I couldn't speak to that. That's why I'm just curious. I don't see the gap being that big. The only thing I can think of is, here's what I was thinking. Let's just say that's true. If that's true, then that's the difference between Microsoft's two different SKUs, right? Between the Anaconda and the Lockhart, right?
Yeah,
so the Lockhart might be an 8 teraflop to match the PS5, and then there's going to be one that's $100 more. That's the Anaconda. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a lot to add. And I'm gonna have Brad Sams on here soon because he said to get together at the end of the month. We can ask him. Yeah, because there's been new rumors and leaks and stuff like that. So it'd be very interesting to see what we can get out of him on possibly what's coming up. Supposedly we were supposed to hear something about this discless Xbox One S by now, right?
Well, that's happening, crap.
Is it?
Oh yeah. I mean, there's more and more reports coming out all the time, not just Windows Central, but there's other folks running with it now as well. I think you're going to see that sometime in 2019. It might even be right after E3.
Well, yeah. I mean,
it doesn't cost them anything, crap. Why wouldn't they do it?
It doesn't, but I do got to point out this, right? It doesn't cost them anything, but the rumor was it was going to get announced at the early part, the first part of this year, right? So before, it would have to be before E3, right? So, I mean, like with all the stuff that we're getting, like you would be getting the top of the line next Xbox, right?
Yes, I'm going to be getting whatever they want to call it, Scarlet, the Anaconda. I mean, if it's 600, I'm still in because, again, guys, and listen,
if it's 600, I'm definitely trading something in, though.
You bet your ass you are. Why the hell wouldn't you?
Yeah.
This is for everybody out there listening that has a calculator by. I mean, if you have an Xbox One X right now, there's no way you're not going to get $250 or $300 for that in a trade-in.
Yeah.
You're probably going to get, I would say, let's just be fair. Let's be fair. $250. If the thing's $600, you know what I'm saying? To walk away and say like $350 out the door for the next 4 years, entertainment, why wouldn't you do that? If you're hardcore. If you're not, that's fine. Neglect that comment. Strike it from the records. But crap, guess what? If you don't want to spend $350 after a trade-in, they have a console for you.
Oh, absolutely. It's called the Xbox 360. Oh, wait, no, that's something else.
No, that's Donnie D. God bless him, by the way.
Yes, Donnie D, ladies and gentlemen. Donnie D.
He's having a margarita somewhere right now on a sandy beach. Listen.
He is. Make sure you guys hit that like button. I would love to get 200 likes by the time the show's over. We're not too far off from that. Maybe you can make that happen for an old man. Maybe. Just maybe. Help me out. You can support Crapgamer and get him to 200 likes by just giving a like a day. That's right.
I mean, I look at it like this, crap. We have things that we go out people, you've got to start to look at what you do on a weekly basis, folks, for entertainment.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
If you like to bowl, or you like to go to the movies, or you like to golf, or you like to play basketball, I don't care. You find what you like. Look at the memberships. Look at what one night, and let's say you just say, again, I use this all the time, the movies, because everyone's talking about the movies, right? The Marvel movies come out. Some people go 2-3 times. But let's say you just go once to the IMAX. It's $20 a seat. So you have you and your better half. Then you've got popcorn, soda. Then after the movie, you're probably going to meet some friends to talk about the game. You go out for some wings, some beers, maybe a burger, whatever you like to eat, okay? You go out and do that night alone, without repeating that again to see it a second time, okay? That night alone is about $100 easily out of pocket, maybe more. That's one night, 4 hours. One night, 4 hours, $100, probably $120 if you're really enjoying the beers, okay? So my point being is,
I don't drink though, Mooch.
Well, damn you, crap. We'll start drinking. My point being, okay, so for you it's $80.
Yeah.
I'm still charging you $3 in New York for a Diet soda, so trust me. My point being is this. So you got that night out. Let's just say 100 to be fair.
Yeah.
That's one night. This is something where I said if you trade in your X and it's a $600 beast of a machine for $350, which is 3 movie nights, basically 3 or 4 movie nights in 4 years, you're doing that anyways. You know, I don't understand how people always go, I'm not paying $600. Well, first, you shouldn't pay $600, especially if you have an older console. I don't care what console you have. Trade it in. Trade it in. Because you're not using the old one. Everything's going to be backward compatible. So your Xbox One games and your PS4 games are coming with you on the new devices. So you don't need them. You don't stop. I have a museum, Mooch. I have a museum. Nobody wants to see it. You know? Or take a picture of it on the wall, and then you can retweet that out, and nobody will know if it's from today or 2 years ago. So you return it. Put the console on the shelf, take a picture, and then keep it like, I told you I got it on the shelf. No one's coming to see the shelf.
It's true.
Right? You trade it in, now you got your Scorpio. Not your Scorpio, pardon me. You have your Anaconda for $350. And there you go for 4 years. You can't say, and then you've got that for the mid upgrade. Let's say the mid upgrade comes out and you're enthralled by it. Now you've got the latest and greatest. You're going to get another $250, $300 for the Anaconda. And that's your call. If you don't want to upgrade in the middle, don't. I'm not telling you to. I'm just telling you, don't hold on to these things for the sake of your museum that no one's coming to see.
Yeah. I completely understand. I completely
Axel
understand.
in the chat goes, my museum is amazing, Mooch. I'm sure it is, Axel. But if you took a picture of it today and then showed me that same picture 6 years from now, I'd have no idea if you traded in a couple of your consoles.
Oh, yeah,
Who streams on Sunday morning?
Hey, Mooch does that too. Yeah.
I don't know why you keep him on your channel.
Well, I mean, come on. Who doesn't want to tune in to see that, right?
Who does? I know, right? Everybody's wondering who the hell's yelling on your channel.
Yeah, Mooch.
That was so funny.
All the damn time.
I love it. Who the hell's this guy yelling at your channel, crap?
Mooch. I mean, he's the money maker.
Yeah.
Dude, when I found Mooch, man, I was like, I got to get this MFer on my shows because he's the best damn podcast. Like, here's the thing, and this is not a knock on anybody, so don't anybody go running with that. A lot of people are good at doing videos when you can script stuff out and you can do all that kind of stuff. To be able to go off the cuff and back and forth the way Mooch does and the way that I do we go back and forth. That is something that you can't really learn. So
you know what it is, crap? It's passion. I really do love. I do love gaming. I do like it. And I've learned so much. You know, I've learned a lot from you. I've learned a lot from all the channels out there, and I've learned a lot from the audience.
Yeah.
You know, the audience kind of sends the show in a direction, which is what I love. Let them take this. That's what I love about this show. The audience takes the steering wheel after about 30 minutes. I love it.
Oh, absolutely. It's not as easy as people think.
No.
You don't believe me, man? Go take a look at some of these podcasts. They're not fun. Like if you're not enjoying yourself, then
everybody likes what they like.
Oh, I'm sure, man. I'm absolutely sure they do. But for me personally, it's got to be entertaining. It's got to be fun. It's got to flow. You can't have a bunch of crickets, And
that's the same thing. We take a road trip. You take a road trip anywhere with me. I got news for you. It's never going to be quiet.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be quiet.
Are we there yet? No, we're not.
No, we're definitely not there yet. Now pull over. I got to get something to eat.
Yes. Mooch, what do you think about this canceled Star Wars game? Because holy crap.
Well, listen, I'm a big fan of the movies. I'm not a Star Wars nut. I don't have books. I don't have collector edition stuff. I don't. but I've watched each one that's come out several times. That does not make me anywhere near somebody that can even go on a show to compete. I can't compete with anybody with it. But it is kind of a damn shame, isn't it, Crap, that we've gone through this generation and all we have is Battlefront 1 and 2? That's kind of a shame. I got to be honest with you.
Especially since Battlefront 1 has absolutely no, it has absolutely no campaign or anything like that. It's and those games are good in a very casual way, but they don't even have, a lot of the times they feel a little bit like a Battlefield skin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's a bit of a letdown. And then they canceled this other Star Wars game, the open world one. We don't know if it would have been good or not, but apparently the developers said, what did they say? They said it was going to be the Uncharted or Last of Us of Star Wars games.
Yes, it will. I like how you kind of pitched it on last week's Crossfire 2, Crap. You kind of said that the whole thing, and I don't know if this is where you're going with it, but the whole Vincent Pella thing is going to be between episodes 3 and 4. And that's the gap in Star Wars that I can't wait to play a game. So I think that's the one you're talking about is the one that got canceled with Amy Hennig. Yeah, I'm eagerly, and I'm talking to somebody in the chat, but I'm eagerly anticipating, believe it or not, the Vincent Pella game. I hope that becomes something good.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that they say it's sort of like Force Unleashed, but maybe Force Unleashed Light. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that they actually get something out there like that because I would love that. So, hopefully I want to do more Star Wars games. I want to do more Marvel games. I think it's a shame that this gen we've had and nobody even talks about it, right? Remember we used to have these single A, double A type games, and now we rarely get that.
Yeah.
We Happy Few. That's like a double A.
Yes, it is.
Darksiders 3, that's what, a double A.
I think so. I can't believe
Recore.
That's a double A, if not an A and a half.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I think I'm really shocked that the gaming community didn't have more of a backlash with the whole Darksiders 3 being $60. And I don't know, maybe I must have been.
Maybe nobody bought it.
Well, that might be the case as well. But everybody was quote unquote loving it. And I only played the first level on it and the first boss. And I got to tell you, man, I didn't care for it. And look, I'm not telling you guys not to like it out there. I felt like they were going to take what they had in Darksiders 2 and take it to the next level with Darksiders 3 on this generation. And myself personally, I think that it felt like a 360 game.
Yeah.
It felt like a 360 game. And I can't believe I was expecting when I saw that, because I got a review copy right from the developer.
Yeah.
And I said, I'll be honest with you. I was expecting people to be like, this is a huge problem. It's basically a 360 game on this generation. There was nothing. I didn't see any backlash at all. And then it was $60. Listen, if you want to make the game the way it was, that game had $39.99 written all over it. That's the way I look at it. $39.99.
Like Recore. I mean, and just like, what was that? State of Decay 2. Remember when they're like, State of Decay 2, it's AAA. Right. And they're like, $29.99 or whatever the hell it was.
Yep. This is true. Yeah. This is true. I mean, well, I don't know. That was my whole thing. And as far as the Star Wars games go, Crap, we are supposed to be getting our what is it there? Vincent Pella, the Respawn edition one is supposed to come out later this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it comes out later this year. Supposedly we might get some Titanfall news, Mooch.
Well, listen,
Titanfall.
You don't understand. You're talking to somebody that Titanfall is actually near and dear to my heart. And it's funny because anyone that was listening during the Titanfall 2 epidemic, I just don't think that I think Titanfall 2 dropped very short and the apple fell very far from the tree. Because the first one was absolutely outstanding. It's for me personally, Titanfall, the first one, the multiplayer, it saved that first year for me. I played so much. I met so many great people that I still talk to on Twitter. It was before the YouTube stuff and all this and that. It was just fun, fast-paced, new way to play TDM. Loved it. And then they went and they just made Titanfall 2 Call of Duty with a Titan. And I get it from a sales point. I do. I get it. But realistically speaking, it was a huge blunder, a huge miss. And I feel bad because I feel bad for myself because I love Titanfall, Crap. So
they ruined it. Remember, first of all, they ruined it multiple ways, right? Like the campaign's great, but you can't just replace a great multiplayer game with a campaign and expect it to be as good, right? So what they did was they took away the uniqueness of it.
Yes.
And they made it slower, and they made it to where you could camp, right? And you know, I don't know. I feel like and they made that lobby. You remember the horrible lobby system?
Absolutely.
Where you had to like join in or something when you saw the tag or you missed it. You know, like that shouldn't be that way. You know?
Right. No, I agree.
Yeah.
That was one of the worst lobbies of all time. What do you think they're gonna do though? Yeah, and you know, Lethal Papa's out there saying the same thing, and Axel saying it too. It was a letdown, and that's a damn shame. Do you think Titanfall 3 is gonna correct the ship crap?
I hope they do. I hope they listen. Yes, I hope they listen and fix the multiplayer. Do another stellar campaign like that, right? And you know, you're like, sure. No, it was good. I liked it. A lot of people liked it.
And Crap had some great back and forths with this when Titanfall 2 came out. I'm not belittling the single player to Titanfall 2. I get it, folks. It was okay, but my problem with it was it wasn't enough to save the game. Because the game is made. It was the same thing I told you guys about Blackout and not having a single player in Call of Duty. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm not going down that rabbit hole again. I understand where you guys are saying it needs it. That's fine, but it doesn't. The game is a multiplayer-only game. Titanfall is a multiplayer game. Yeah. And they focused on the single player and completely neglected the fact of why they were so popular and why they sold 11 million copies of Titanfall 1 when it was only a multiplayer. So here's the good news for Respawn, if they're listening, and they're not, is you already have the formula for a fantastic multiplayer. You did it in the first one. Now take the story from the second one. Okay, I always said the story. Everyone's like, oh my God, Mooch, that's Titanfall 2 story. It was so great. All they did was take a story right out of Lassie. What do you mean? What do you mean? Where's your, like, Titanfall 3? The Titan's going to get stuck in a well. What do you mean, Lassie? Are Titans stuck in a well? Right? Great. I don't care. Yeah. All I'm going to do is buzz run through that crap so you get your 400 gamer score, and then I'll see you in multiplayer if we can actually get the
I got to say, though, I love the campaign in that. Like, I thought it was really good. It was that Call of Duty-esque campaign. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like that kind of fun. Yeah, that kind of fun. Well,
the second one had camping. The first one, there was no camping.
Yeah, in the multiplayer. There's no camping for sure. You know?
Right.
But yeah, I agree with that. You know, I wish that they would sort of, you know, kind of fix it up and make it so that they have a fun single player aspect like the first one, and then fix the actual shitty, terrible job that they did with that multiplayer. Like, what a debacle, right? Like, just awful. Yeah. They really just screwed. We played it initially, and nobody I know ever went back to it. Nobody I knew ever went back to it.
Right. No, all of us. Remember, we tried to do a few community game nights with it, and we played a few times. It was such a mess in the lobbies. We're like, all right, we washed our hands of it. We're done. You know, somebody in the chat here, Crap, he says, J Slayer 660 says, will you guys talk about Lockhart being weaker than the X? That's an interesting point. I don't think they could actually do that. I would think that the Lockhart, again, will be on par with the PS5. Or just slightly more than the X, and then I think the Anaconda is going to be one that is that. These are predictions I'm making. I have no source, no nothing. If you're going to have two SKUs, you're not doing two SKUs because you're bored, okay? Or you just want to see how the market's going to roll out. I think what they're doing is I think they're going to have a competitive box that goes for cheaper than the PS5. And be right there with doing almost everything the PS5 can do, maybe a little weaker than the PS5. And then they're going to have an Anaconda that is much, 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 much stronger than the PS5. And it'll also be much, much more expensive. And then it's up to you as the consumer.
Yeah.
Both will play the same games. Both will play them really great. One will just play them a little bit better. It's like I said, guys, you go out and you go get I don't care what you like. You like the American cars. Go out there and get yourself a Caddy, right? They sell the Caddies with different engines. You know, they have Camaros. You can get a 6-cylinder. You can get an 8. You know, you can get all this. This is my point, is that you can have the same chassis and enjoy all the perks, but somebody else can have a larger engine in their car, and they have a 0 to 60 faster than you. That's the difference. Yeah. In this case, you're going to have somebody that can play a 60-frame game better than you. That doesn't change the game. It doesn't make the game any worse for you. You're playing it, enjoying it on your television at your speed. somebody else enjoying it at a different frame rate or slightly better, it doesn't change the game for you. So that's what those are your options. And again, this is just me completely just reading what's out there. And I've been saying this for a long time. That's the say all end all. You're probably going to end up with a $600 Anaconda, and you're probably going to end up with a $400 Lockhart, and you're probably going to have a $400 or $500 PS5.
But does your Anaconda want none if it doesn't have games? I mean,
well, you know, look, if that's the case and it doesn't have any games, then I'll play I'll do what all the Sony fans told me to do in 2013. I'll play my multi-plats on the Anaconda, and I'll play the exclusive games that Sony have on my PS5.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm gonna get a PS5 when it launches. Crap, I waited. I didn't get a PS4 when it first came out. I waited about, I think it was 8 months, almost maybe a year, and then I got a PS4 because again, I was pretty happy and content with the games that Xbox came out with at launch.
Yeah, well, I was too. Remember, I got mine with the order. Like that was the game that I bought. So, you know, I was like, you know,
I got mine with Destiny.
Yeah, I remember you were like, don't say anything, crap. I got a PS4 with Destiny.
I'm like, I wonder how people will take this. Like it's a big surprise. I had a PS3.
Yeah, I mean, now I had when I got mine, people like flipped out, man. Like, holy crap, what are you doing? Well, you know, I wanted to play some of these games.
Well, listen, if PlayStation's going to do, in fact, what we think they're going to do, and that is maybe hold off Ghosts and maybe hold off Death Stranding or maybe hold off The Last of Us. We don't know. One of those games might get held off. I definitely want to have a PS5 for those games. So that's a me thing. I can't see not getting a PS5 when it first comes out. I'm definitely going to be there day one. I'm also going to have an Anaconda the minute it's available. I'll be at GameStop to pre-order it immediately. You know.
I mean, look, I'll get a PS5. They're going to support. I hope the Microsoft supports VR, but you know, PS5 they're going to come out with a new, you know, like a new Uncharted. Let's just be real, right? That's going to come. Another God of War. You don't think they're already crafting a sequel to that? Come on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean they're definitely going to come out with a sequel to that. So, you know, we're seeing a lot of that stuff sort of come about, and I'm all for it. So I'll get both again. I don't mind. You know, will I get a if they just do a kind of a half-ass pro upgrade with the PS5? Will I get that? Probably not.
Right.
You know what I mean? So.
No, I mean, that's debatable because, well, you have to see what the upgrade is at the time, though, crap, right? I mean, we're all going to still be holding on. For the majority of us, I think we'll be holding on to our 4K consoles, 4K TVs next generation. So what would they be able to offer you if we're already hitting 4K 60 on PS5 and Xbox Scarlet or Anaconda? If you're already hitting that, I'm not sure what else you would do if you don't have a monitor hooked up to your console because your TV's already going to be there. I don't think people are going to be jumping to 8K. Maybe they will second half of next generation crap. Maybe we will. You know, that's why
I hope not.
Well, you know, it's funny. I'm on the fence about that crap, and I'll tell you why. That's why when I told you, I went and got an OLED, 4K OLED. I went and got it when it was relatively
I haven't even
new.
Upgraded to the OLED yet. So
that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. All I'm saying is that, yes, you pay a little bit more when you go get these consoles or TVs ahead of time, but then you also get more usage out of them. So let's just say this. So I got my OLED, 4K OLED in middle of 2017, right? Here we are we're going to be going into we're in the middle of 2019 with this discussion soon. So there's 2 years. Now you're talking about 2024 is maybe the next update. So I got 7 years out of my TV. That's pretty good crap.
Yeah.
So I got a lot of, so if you say to me in 2024, when the next consoles are coming out, they're going to reach for 8K, but now Mooch, you got to go out and buy an 8K TV. I'll go crap, but playing on my 4K TV for 7 years. Yeah. So I don't mind an upgrade. Now there's a lot of people that'll go, I'm not buying the 4K TV till 2020, 2021. Well, they're the ones that are complaining on the internet saying, I only got 3 years on this TV. This is horseshit. And I don't blame them, but it's you guys also didn't put the money out. You're getting a cheaper TV at 2021, 2020. So bravo to you. You still win. So you're not neither person in that case is losing. It's, do you want to pay a little bit more and get more usage out of the years out of it? Or do you want to wait for a sale and get a little less out of it as far as usage time? Or deal with the lesser technology when technology is moving forward so fast? That's your call.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I totally understand. I hear what you're saying. For me personally, it's going to be all about, you know, the power and stuff like that. I don't know if 8K is going to come in the middle of next generation, though, man. Look at the saturation for 4K.
I'm not going to say it is or it isn't crap. That's just too far out to talk about. But let's also look at what's going on. There's all these trade shows that have been happening. And there's 8K TVs popped up everywhere. And listen, there's people saying, oh, my God, the 8K TVs are crazy. They're $10,000. The 4K TVs were $10,000. Then they dropped to 6, and then they dropped to 2, and now they're down to 1.
Dude, 4K.
Now you get it for like $600.
Yeah, sometimes even less, depending on the size and things like that.
The processor unit and things like. I mean, you are getting a 4K TV, but there still are levels of 4K TVs out there. Let's call it spade a spade. You know.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But I mean,
I agree 100%.
You know what I mean, Crap? So like, and shout out to Lethal Papa. He goes, OLED is life. It certainly is.
You love your OLED. Hey, we're 1 away from 200 likes. We're doing it, Mooch. We're gonna do it.
We did it.
Woo!
Come on.
Yeah, hit that like button. Yes.
Or person.
Yes.
Please.
Please do. Please hit that like button.
Totally appreciate it. I think. Listen, we've had an outstanding show today, Crap. And
it's been a really good show. I mean, we still got a few more minutes, but
you want to try a voicemail?
I don't want to try one this week, man. I'd rather next week because I don't want to end the show on a bad note if it doesn't work.
All right. So here's what we'll do, folks. Listen, we have 3 voicemails. You guys know in the chat who you are. Or if you're listening, listen, we have them. You will be part of next week's, and you will be on the wheel. The wheel will be up.
Oh, wait, I don't got it. Damn.
Well, may have his voice back next week. We'll see.
Yes,
I could do the wheel.
Yes, wheel.
Oh, so we'll have the wheel Crap, right? We'll have the prize for the wheel will go out next week. We'll have minimum 3. I think we're gonna have more people. MC show live, folks. No spaces. Skype. Call and leave a message. We'll be on next Sunday, so you got a full week. Get him to Gadang by Friday, Saturday at the very latest. But Friday's what he's asking for, so let's respect that time frame. And Crap, we really covered a lot of situations, a lot of hot news topics, even the stuff that's the rumored. What PlayStation 5 and Xbox Anaconda are coming out with. I'm very, very much anticipating getting into our voicemails and live calls back. I'm hoping that's by next week.
You know what? I hope so too. And it sounds like things are coming along. Good dang, how's things coming along, bro?
Well, they're coming along fine for the most part. I ran into a few hiccups, but I got the voicemails ready. The thing is, I can guarantee you can hear the questions, but Mooch, I can't. Like whoever's stream is running, that's the person who can hear the questions, and it'll be a problem if one of you guys can't hear the Skype questions.
We'll change the segment to hot lamp voicemails, so the person who's hosting has to answer.
Hey, that could work.
That might work.
It might. We'll see if we listen. Everything has a workaround. We got to work around any issues.
Absolutely.
No. I actually also got the Wheel of Wonder. I got that working too. So. Whenever we're ready with the voicemails, I got the Wheel of Wonder working.
Punk Kiddish. He says, awesome show. You guys killed it. Thanks. Also,
Thank you,
Axel. Punk. He says, what's up, Mooch and Crap Show? Just showing some love. PS 9 out of 10. Optometrist recommends OLED crap. Man, I can't afford an OLED. What do you think I am? What do you think this is? Falcon Crest? Come on, man. I'm just a poor guy trying to make it in the world, man.
It's snowing like crazy in the Northeast. You're going to find me on Xbox. You're going to see me on PlayStation a lot in the next 24 hours. So this goes out to, shout out to Punk, shout out to Lethal, shout out to Salty, Noof, Lady Foxfire, all you guys that stop by, Sir X-Man, all you great folks, Axel, Apex. You guys are fantastic. Catch me. I would like the games with the community a lot today. So if you guys are out there playing anything, send me a message on Xbox Live. Be like, yo, Mooch, we're all getting into this. And if I can, I will join you guys. I'll jump right into the chat and start screaming at you in person.
Hell yeah.
It is what it is. Good to see everybody here. Crap. Actually, I should say good day. Are you ready for our outro?
Yeah. We might as well play we might as well play the outro and see what we can do and see if we can't catch you guys next time, huh?
Absolutely, guys. Enjoy your Sunday. Don't shovel. Don't hurt your back too much out there. We'll see you guys next week.
Enjoy sports. Yes.
Peace, guys. Later. Game on.
MNC is MNC. He gon' rack it up. Get your game on. And he gon' bag it up. Y'all know what Mooch on. Mooch and Crap. Mooch and Crap. Mooch and Crap. Mooch and Crap. It's that time to get ready for the MMC show. Grab your coffee or your liquor, cause we ready to roll. They talking games, custom gadgets, and you already know. Dial that number, leave them questions, and away they go. be a pony or a bot, the truth be it don't matter. We just gamers talking games, not those drama queens matters. So let's talk about gaming, news, leaks, and reviews. This a fan show on whatever topic y'all choose. True Xbox fans, and y'all know we bleed green. Yet we got every console we can play, everything. Got that Forza, got that Halo, got that Fallout, got that Kratos, got that Zelda, got that Spidey, got that AC, got it Ike, mooch and crap, mooch and crap, mooch and crap, mooch and crap. We just talking about games, no drama. That's how we do. MMC stays a show just for the people. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug to be a fiend to. Gaming is the #1 hobby we all keen to. Mooch and crap, bringing gaming opinions and facts. MMC is back on the map. It's the best for show, and that's that. It's M and C. It's M and C. It's mooch and crap. It's mooch and crap. MMC is back. M and C.